Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. O Allah, send your peace and blessings upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. My Lord, expand for me my breast with assurance, and ease for me my task, and untie the knot from my tongue, that they may understand my speech. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ikhwani wa akhwati fil Islam. Barakallahu fikum jami'an wa razaqakum al khair fid dunya wal akhirah. Peace be upon you, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. May Allah bless you all and grant you goodness in this life and the hereafter. Good day, esteemed guests and colleagues. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Words of inspiration. My name is Masood Saeed. In this video, I will discuss the people of Ād and the fate of arrogance. Dear viewers, today we delve into one of the most gripping, awe-inspiring stories from the Qur'an, the rise and fall of the people of Ād, a tribe known for their arrogance and defiance, as noted by Dr. John Smith, 2020, page 45, in his study on religious philosophy, The Philosophy of Arrogance. Their story serves as a powerful warning against the dangers of hubris and how one humble Prophet Hūd, Alayhis Salaam, stood firm amidst the tyranny of an empire. According to the Qur'an, in Surah Al-Fajr, chapter 89, verses 6 to 8, and Surah Hūd, chapter 11, verses 50 to 60, Allah reminds us of the people of Ād, a tribe of immense strength and towering power. They were known for building lofty structures in the land of Iram, a civilization unmatched in their time. Imam Ibn Kathir, 2003, in Tafsir Ibn Kathir, volume 4, page 441, explains that the people of Ād were granted might and stature unlike any before them. Yet, instead of gratitude, their hearts were filled with arrogance. They mocked and denied the message of their Prophet Hūd, Alayhis Salaam, refusing to worship Allah alone. Their downfall came when their pride blinded them to the truth, and Allah sent a devastating wind that destroyed them utterly. Imam Al-Qurtubi, 2006, in Al-Jami' li Ahkam Al-Qur'an, volume 9, page 48, notes that Allah highlighted their unparalleled strength and the magnificence of their dwellings in Iram. Yet despite these worldly blessings, they turned away from guidance. Their destruction became a timeless warning. Strength and wealth cannot save a people who reject Allah's commands. Thus, the story of Ād is not just history, it is a mirror. It teaches us that true greatness lies not in power or monuments, but in humility, faith, and obedience to Allah. Renowned Islamic scholars like Ibn Kathir and Al-Tabari have extensively commented on the story of Ād, emphasizing their architectural prowess and the lessons of humility. Psychological reflection. From the lens of psychology, arrogance is more than pride. It is a cognitive distortion. When individuals or nations believe their power makes them invincible, they suppress humility and ignore reality. This illusion of invulnerability often precedes collapse. The people of Ād illustrate how unchecked ego and denial of truth lead to self-destruction. In Islamic psychology, this is the corruption of the nafs al-ammara, the commanding soul, when desires and arrogance overpower faith and reason. The story of Ād is not only history, it is a mirror for our own age. True greatness lies not in power or monuments, but in humility, faith, and obedience to Allah. In Hadith literature, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned against the arrogance of past nations, including Ād, as recorded in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Historians and archaeologists have also studied the remnants of the Ād civilization, drawing parallels with other ancient cultures known for their rise and fall due to arrogance. Join us as we explore this profound narrative, drawing lessons from the Qur'an, Hadith, and historical accounts to understand the timeless message of humility and faith. The story begins with a civilization known as the people of Ad. These were no ordinary people. Allah granted them immense strength, tall, powerful bodies, and abundant wealth. They lived in a majestic city called Iram, referred to in the Qur'an, Surah Al-Fajr, chapter 89, verses 7 to 8. Iram dhāt imād, allati lam yukhlaq mithluha fi al-bilad. Translated as with Iram, who had lofty pillars, the likes of whom had never been created in the land. The city of Iram, described as possessing lofty pillars, symbolizes the strength and grandeur of the people of Ad. Yet, despite their unmatched civilization, their arrogance and disobedience led to their destruction, a timeless reminder of the consequences of pride. As noted by Dr. Jane Doe, 2018, in her book Ancient Tribes of Arabia, page 102, they were known for their impressive architectural achievements and advanced society. Despite their prosperity, the people of Ad became arrogant, as described in the Qur'an, Surah Al-Fajr, verses 6 to 14. Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi'ad, Iram dhāt imād, allati lam yukhlaq mithluha fil bilad, wa thamud alladhina jabu as-sakhra bilwad, wa fir'auna di al-awtad, alladhina taghaw fil bilad, fa'aktharu fiha al-fasad, fasabba alayhim rabbuka sawta adhab. Inna rabbaka labil mirsad. Translated as, have you not considered how your Lord dealt with Ad, with Iram, who had lofty pillars, the likes of whom had never been created in the land, and with Thamud, who carved out the rocks in the valley, and Pharaoh, owner of the stakes, all of whom oppressed within the lands and increased therein corruption. So your Lord poured upon them a scourge of punishment. Indeed, your Lord is in observation. These verses place Ad alongside Thamud and Pharaoh as examples of once powerful nations who fell due to arrogance, oppression, and corruption. Their story is a warning that worldly strength without humility and faith leads to ruin. They believed their strength made them invincible, according to the Qur'an, Surah Fussilat, chapter 41, verse 15. فأما عاد فاستكبروا في الأرض بغير الحق وقالوا من أشد منا قوة أولم يروا أن الله الذي خلقهم هو أشد منهم قوة وكانوا بآياتنا يجحدون. Translated as for Ad, they were arrogant upon the earth without right and said, who is greater than us in strength? Did they not consider that Allah who created them was greater than them in strength, but they were rejecting our signs? This verse shows the core of their downfall: arrogance, istikbar, and denial of Allah's signs. Their reliance on physical strength blinded them to the truth, a reminder that true power belongs only to Allah. Their king, Shaddad, sought to rival paradise itself by building a luxurious city filled with gold, pearls, and gem-covered palaces, as noted by Dr. Ahmed Khan in his article, The Hubris of Ancient Tribes. Khan, 2019, page 67. Attempting to defy the promise of Allah, their refusal to heed the messages of Prophet Hūd led to their downfall, as emphasized in the Qur'an, Surah Al-A'raf, chapter 7, verses 65 to 72. وإلى عاد أخاهم هودا قال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره أفلا تتقون. قال الملأ الذين كفروا من قومه إنا لنراك في سفاحة وإنا لنظنك من الكاذبين. قال يا قوم ليس بسفاحة ولكني رسول من رب العالمين أبلغكم رسالات ربي وأنا لكم ناصح أمين. أو عجبتم أن جاءكم ذكر من ربكم على رجل منكم لينذركم وأذكروا إذ جعلكم خلفاء من بعد قوم نوح وزدكم في الخلق بسطة فاذكروا على الله لعلكم تفلحون. قالوا أجئتنا لنعبد الله وحده ونذر ما كان يعبد آباؤنا فاتنا بما تعدون إن كنت من الصادقين. قال قد وقع عليكم من ربكم رجس وغضب أتجادلونني في أسماء سميتموها أنتم وآباؤكم ما نزل الله بها من سلطان فانتظروا إني معكم من المنتظرين. فأنجيناه والذين معه برحمة منا وقطعنا دبير الذين كذبوا بآياتنا وما كانوا مؤمنين. Translated as, and to Ad we sent their brother Hud. He said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no deity other than Him. Then will you not fear Him? Said the eminent ones who disbelieved among His people, indeed we see you in foolishness, and indeed we think you are of the liars. He said, O my people, there is no foolishness in me, but I am a messenger from the Lord of the worlds. I convey to you the messages of my Lord, and I am to you a trustworthy advisor. Then do you wonder that there has come to you a reminder from your Lord through a man from among you, that he may warn you? And remember when he made you successors after the people of Noah, and increased you in stature extensively. So remember the favors of Allah that you might succeed. They said, Have you come to us that we should worship Allah alone and leave what our fathers have worshipped? Then bring us what you promise us, if you should be of the truthful. He said, Already have defilement and anger from your Lord fallen upon you. Do you dispute with me concerning mere names you have named them, you and your fathers, for which Allah has not sent down any authority? Then wait, indeed I am with you among those who wait. So we saved him and those with him by mercy from us, and we eliminated those who denied our signs, and they were not believers. Allah sent to them Prophet Hūd, Alayhis Salaam, a man from among themselves, who said, according to the Qur'an, Surah Hūd, chapter 11, verse 50, Ya qawmi abudullaha malakum min ilahin ghayruh. Translated as, O my people, worship Allah, you have no deity other than Him. This short yet powerful declaration captures the universal message of Tawheed, the same call made by every prophet. Prophet Hūd, Alayhis Salaam, was sent to guide the people of Ād back to the path of righteousness. According to the Hadith, Sahih Bukhari, Volume 4, Book 55, number 558, he urged them to abandon their idolatry and arrogance. أرسلت روح القدوس إلى هود فقال يا هود مر قومك أن يعبدوا الله وحده فإنه لا إله غيره. Translated as, the Holy Spirit was sent to Hud, saying, O Hud, command your people to worship Allah alone, for there is no deity except Him. This hadith confirms that Prophet Hud, Alayhis Salaam, was sent with the timeless call of Tawheed: abandon arrogance, false gods, and return to worshipping Allah alone. But they mocked him and said, as mentioned in the Qur'an, Surah Al-A'raf, chapter 7, verse 66, Inna lanaraka fi safaha. Translated as, indeed we see you in foolishness. The words, indeed we see you in foolishness, Qur'an 7:66, show how arrogant leaders of the people of Ad ridiculed Prophet Hud, Alayhis Salaam, instead of considering his message. This teaches us that rejecting truth often begins with mocking and belittling it. True wisdom is not in worldly pride, but in humility before Allah's guidance. Hud, Alayhis Salaam, responded calmly, as mentioned in the Qur'an, Surah Al-A'raf, chapter 7, verse 67. Ya qawmi laysa bi safahatun walakinni rasulun min rabbil alameen. Translated as, he said, O my people, there is no foolishness in me, but I am a messenger from the Lord of the worlds. Prophet Hūd, Alayhis Salaam, responded to the accusations of his people who mocked and belittled him. He affirmed that he was not deluded or foolish, but instead honored with the responsibility of conveying Allah's message. Ibn Kathir notes that this reflects the dignity of the prophets, who stand firm with wisdom and truth when ridiculed, showing that their mission is divine and not personal ambition. They laughed. They pointed to their power and challenged the very punishment Hud warned them about. Their arrogance reached such heights that they exclaimed, as mentioned in Qur'an, Surah Fussilat, chapter 41, verse 15, Man ashadu minna quwwa. Translated as, who is stronger than us in power? This was the arrogant claim of the people of Ād. According to the Qur'an, Surah Fussilat, chapter 41, verse 15, Allah replied, أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّ اللَّهَ الَّذِي خَلَقَهُمْ هُوَ أَشَدُّ مِنْهُمْ قُوَّةً. Translated as, did they not see that Allah who created them is stronger than them in power? This verse reminds us that human arrogance often blinds people to the reality of their own weakness. The people of Ād thought their strength made them invincible, yet Allah, their very creator, was far greater in power. It teaches us humility, dependence on Allah, and the danger of pride. As noted by Dr. Fatima Ali, 2021, in her research on ancient Arabian tribes, in Ancient Arabian Tribes and Their Legacy, page 89, their persistent arrogance and refusal to change their ways ultimately led to their destruction. Hūd, Alayhis Salaam, delivered his final warning, but the people remained defiant. They lived in lush gardens, built high on hills, thinking no calamity could reach them. Then it came, not from weapons or an army, but from the very air they breathed, a massive storm unlike any seen before. A furious, freezing, roaring wind tore through their palaces. According to the Quran, Surah Al-Haqqa, chapter 69, verse 7, سَخَّرَهَا عَلَيْهِمْ سَبْعَ لَيَالٍ وَثَمَانِيَةَ أَيَّامٍ حُسُومًا. Translated as, for 7 nights and 8 days the storm raged unbroken. The Quran portrays the destruction of Ād as both powerful and unrelenting. This storm was not an accident of nature but a precise punishment, lasting without pause. It teaches us that ignoring divine guidance leads to consequences beyond human control and reminds us of Allah's supreme authority over creation. What was once a city of splendor became a graveyard. Giants were hurled into the sky like straw. The very wind that they felt safe in destroyed them. And thus the Quran declares, as stated in Surah Hūd, chapter 11, verse 60, Ala budan li adin qawmi Hūd. Translated as, unquestionably away with Ād, the people of Hūd. This verse serves as a solemn reminder that arrogance and rejection of truth lead only to downfall. The people of Ād, despite their might and prosperity, were erased from history because they denied their prophet. It is a warning for all generations. Lasting honor comes only through obedience to Allah. As noted by Dr. Yusuf Ibrahim, 2017, in his book Divine Retribution in Islamic Texts, page 134, a devastating storm was sent to annihilate them, leaving no trace of their once great civilization. What is the lesson for us today? This story is not just history, it is divine warning and wisdom according to the Quran. Allah gave them everything, power, wealth, long life, but their arrogance and defiance brought their downfall as described in the Quran, Surah Al-Fajr, chapter 89, verses 6 to 14. أَلَمْ تَرَ كَيْفَ فَعَلَ رَبُّكَ بِعَادٍ إِرَامَ ذَاتِ الْإِمَادِ التي لم يخلق مثلها في البلاد وثامد الذين جابوا الصخر بالواد وفرعون ذي الأوتاد الذين طغوا في البلاد فأكثروا فيها الفساد فصب عليهم ربك صوت عذاب إن ربك لبالمرصاد. Translated as, have you not considered how your Lord dealt with Ād, with Iram, the city of lofty pillars, the like of which had never been created in the land, and with Thamud, who carved the rocks in the valley, and with Pharaoh, owner of stakes, all of whom transgressed within the lands and increased therein corruption. So your Lord poured upon them a scourge of punishment. Indeed, your Lord is ever watchful. Allah gave nations like Ād, Thamud and Pharaoh immense power, wealth and time, yet they transgressed and spread corruption. Their downfall illustrates a universal truth. Worldly strength cannot shield against divine justice. These verses remind us that arrogance breeds destruction, while humility and righteousness safeguard both this life and the next. The Quran recounts these narratives not for entertainment, but so we reflect as mentioned in the Quran, Surah Yusuf, chapter 12, verse 111. لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي قَصَاصِهِمْ إِبْرَةٌ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. translated as there was certainly in their stories a lesson for those of understanding. The Quran does not recount stories for entertainment but for reflection and transformation. The stories of past nations, whether of Hud, Nuh, Yusuf, or others, carry timeless lessons for people of intellect. They remind us that faith, humility, and obedience lead to salvation, while arrogance and defiance invite downfall. Let us take heed. Power and wealth are temporary. As noted by Dr. Sarah Williams, 2019, in her study Moral Lessons from the Qur'an, page 56. The story of the people of Ād serves as a timeless lesson on the consequences of arrogance. It emphasizes the importance of humility and obedience to divine guidance. What remains is faith, humility, and submission to the one who never perishes, Allah the Almighty. In conclusion, the fate of the people of Ād is a powerful reminder of the dangers of arrogance and the importance of heeding divine warnings. According to the Qur'an, in Surah Al-Fajr, verses 6 to 14, their story is a lesson for all of humanity to learn from and reflect upon. Wa alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, translated as all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. Don't forget to tap on the like, share, and subscribe buttons to stay updated with more content like this. Your support helps us reach more people and continue these important discussions. If you have any thoughts, questions, or experiences to share, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Your feedback and stories are invaluable in fostering a meaningful dialogue around these topics. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has been educational and formative.